Hey y'all! Pokemon Crystal using only one Quillfish was surprisingly good, barring a few surges of difficulty. This week, I'm gonna go from puff to fluff by trying to beat Pokemon Crystal using only one Mareep. As usual, the rules are I can only use Mareep in battle, and I can't use any items in battle. By the way, if you like this kind of content and want to see more, be sure to subscribe and check out more of these videos on my channel. Mareep is one of those fan-favorite Pokemon that lots of people used in Gold, Silver, and Crystal. Probably because it's cute and can be found early in the game. But nostalgia might prevent you from remembering that it was Ampharos that you liked and not Mareep. Cause this thing sucks. Its stats are bad, and the moves are at least, well, okay. We get Thunder, but we don't really have any type coverage. I can already feel the pain in this one. Let's hope we get a halfway decent hit in power. Alright, let's do this. Off at Professor Elm's lab, I use the Universal Pokemon Randomizer to replace Totodile with Mareep so that our rival will pick Chikorita. Grass resists electric, and we don't really have any good coverage moves to help us. And now that I look at it, we're only going to have normal and electric moves until after the 4th gym? Yikes. It's tradition to try counting sheep when you can't sleep, and I've definitely lost a lot of sleep over these challenges, so I nickname Mareep Keep Counting. Mareep starts off with only Tackle and Growl, and it isn't going to get much better anytime soon. It is going to be difficult to do some of these battles, especially rock types in Union Cave. Still, we're able to beat the first rival battle just because of the difference in our stats between level 5 and 8. Yeah, that's kinda how this first battle always goes. Unless you're Ladybug, of course. Back at Professor Elm's lab, I made sure to give the police officer our rival's name, Bubs. Why Bubs? Because Bubba Lubba doesn't fit. Heading off to the gym in Violet City, I take on the Flying-type gym leader Faulkner. Thankfully, by the time we get there, Mareep learned Thundershock, so Faulkner's flying types faint freely. Mud Slap is annoying because, you know, it lowers your accuracy, but hey, if you don't miss, it isn't an issue. I had much more of a struggle beating Bellsprout Tower since it's full of trainers with Bellsprout, which resist electric. After that is Bugsy, the bug gym leader, and at this point we have Thunderwave and Swift, which we got from a TM in Union Cave. Thundershock is able to make quick work of Bugsy's team, but you know what wasn't quick? Union Cave! Holy crap, the Geodude and Onix in there were brutal. They're immune to Thundershock and Tackle barely damages them, so why not use Swift, you might say? Well, you can't get that until you've already gotten past those trainers in Union Cave, and not that it even matters, because the difference in damage is negligible anyways. After getting the Hive badge, we immediately take on the rival Bubs once again, and this battle was so close. Ghastly is not too much trouble with Thundershock, but it's the god-dang Bayleaf as usual. Even resisted, Razor Leaf does massive damage. I paralyze Bayleaf with Thunder Wave to stall for extra turns to deal damage with Swift, but Bubs has the Devil's Luck and doesn't get fully paralyzed. We managed to get to Zubat and survive a bite with only 2 HP, and thank goodness we're able to move along. Now in Goldenrod City, I take on Whitney and that Miltank of hers that everyone hates, and with this battle, I remember why. I tried to win with this so many times just to get completely flattened by Rollout. Even with Thunder Wave to help break the rollout chains, Miltank just hits so hard. I keep resetting and just praying to get good paralysis luck until eventually, despite bad paralysis luck, we get a low damage roll on rollout and Mareep survives with just 1 HP! Woo, thank goodness. Off in Ecruteak City, I head to the Burnt Tower where I have to take on Bubs, and this one straight up sucked. Even with decent Thunderwave paralysis luck, we just don't do enough damage to get through this battle. Haunter's Curse and Magnemite Sonic Boom usually do us in, and if not, the Bayleaf is sure to knock us out. Which is really bad because we're already 11 levels higher, so I do the only reasonable thing, which is get more levels, until we learn Thunder, at level 37, which is triple the strength of Thundershock. It's only 70% accurate, but the power is undeniable, and we actually don't have a better electric move to use in this run. I could have technically gotten the TM for Thunder from the Game Corner in Goldenrod, but I actually didn't have enough money for that. Plus, I know I'm going to need levels to beat Jasmine anyways, so really, I'm just front-loading the grind here. It's either do it now or do it in 2 gyms, so might as well get it out of the way. And now with our Super Charmin power-up, Morty in the Ecruteak City gym is not an issue. We're high leveled, and Thunder is pretty strong, so it's a 1 KO on his whole team. Even at level 38, Thundershock wouldn't have been enough, so we would have had to have gotten Thunder no matter what. And besides, in order to get the money required to buy Thunder from the Game Corner, we would have to battle so many extra trainers that we'd end up over-leveled anyways. So after beating Bandana Boy, it's time to take on Muscle Man, Gym Leader Chuck, and the Scenewood City Gym, and this is another one of those battles where Thunder carries us through. Even at a lower level, I think we would have been okay, since Primeape has bad special defense, and Poliwrath is a water type, but we would have still needed Thunder. Not much to say about this battle, so let's just sheep on truckin'. After Chuck, I tried Jasmine and got completely trounced, so next up is the Ice-type Gym Leader Price in the Mahogany Town Gym. Even with the high level, his Seal is able to survive a Thunder Shock, and when Piloswine comes out, you can see exactly why we weren't ready to beat Jasmine quite yet. Ground types mean we can't use electric moves, and Swift does very little damage, because we don't have great attack. And Steelix additionally resists normal types and has the highest defense stat in the game. This is just another example of why it was obvious that grinding Mareep early for Thunder was just crossing the bridge before we got to it. Unfortunately, there is nothing left to do now but to defeat Jasmine at the Olivine City Gym, and her Magnemites go down as single Thunder, but even at this level, we just can't beat Steelix. I even tried swaggering Steelix to get it to hurt itself, but that just made Mareep faint faster. So once again, I prayed to the Pokegods and taught Hidden Power to Mareep, and lo and behold, Mareep has Hidden Power Grass. That's the next best thing to Hidden Power Ice, and we're finally able to beat Jasmine. In the Team Rocket Radio Tower anime arc, we take on the rival in the basement underground. We're pretty over-leveled compared to his team, but even so, we almost lost? Yeah, I know, right? Sounds crazy, but this just goes to show the downside to Thunder. Sometimes 70% feels like 100%, and other times it feels like 0%. Let this serve as a visual reminder that levels aren't everything. And seriously, just because I don't show all the losing battles, doesn't mean there aren't a lot of instances where we're just whiffing Thunders left and right. Alright, so now it's time for the 8th gym, and yeah, no thank you, Claire. I'm kinda tired of your nonsense. Between the Dragonairs paralyzing us with Thunder Wave, and Kingdra paralyzing us with Dragon Breath, and I don't know, Thunder missing all the time, this one is just not a lot of fun. So when eventually I land a critical hit on the Kingdra, you think I'm gonna reset for consistency's sake? Ha! No! Moving on! Before the Elite Four, though, we traverse Victory Road to beat up our rival Bubs one last time. And just like the last time, we're pretty over-leveled, yet just like the last time, I was barely able to win. We keep getting paralyzed by Meganium's Body Slam, and then losing. And this happened enough times that I gave Mareep a Paralyzed Cure Berry that I was actually saving for the Champion Lance battle. And even with the Paralyzed Cure Berry, you can see that Mareep was just barely able to hang on and clutch out a victory. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to the Elite Four if this is how we're facing off with friggin' Bubs of all trainers. God, why couldn't they have just given this thing Thunderbolt? Okay, it's time for the Elite Four, and here are the stats and moves. We've added Iron Tail to our repertoire, but even so, it doesn't help that much. So yeah, it didn't go well. I grind out a few more levels and come back at level 60, and you'll notice I'm rocking out with the Quick Claw because our speed is terrible. Up first is the Elite Four Will, and Thunder and Iron Tail work pretty well here. You know, when they hit, which they like to do very seldom. They're super effective against all of his Pokemon except for Exeggutor, so it's usually a pretty smooth battle, except of course when we miss Thunder and get confused by Xatu, which I can't keep doing this. I hate having to roll the dice on Thunders and Confuse Ray and all kinds of things that just keep me up at night. Seriously, I'd sell my soul for Thunderbolt at this point. But next up is Koga, and this battle is another example of how frustrating it is to be rolling the accuracy dice on every single friggin' move. Our baseline accuracy for Thunder is 70%, and that's before Koga starts making it even lower by raising his evasion with moves like Minimize and Double Team, which he does for almost all of his Pokemon. I mean, technically we only need to hit 6 Thunders. The bad news is that the probability of hitting our first 6 Thunders is about 12%, and that's not including Double Team or Minimize. So yeah, I had to try this one a lot. And even if we leveled up enough for Thunder to 1-hit KO the Muck as well, it only turns that 12% into a 17% chance. So really not worth my time, especially when you factor in all the time I had to reset just to win the battle anyways. Next up is Bruno, and this is one of those battles that I think is only possible at this level because of Quick Claw. Hitmontop has Dig, which is super effective and does a lot of damage, but if the Quick Claw pops, we move first, and assuming we hit Thunder, we get to knock it out before it moves. And even if the Quick Claw pops each turn, which is highly unlikely, Hitmonchan has priority Mach Punch, which will always go first. Plus, Machamp survives Thunder and hits super hard with Cross Chop. Plus, Cross Chop has a higher critical hit ratio, so that reduces our odds even further. At least we have Hidden Power Grass, otherwise we'd have to take an Earthquake from Onix, and yeah, it's an Onix, but, you know, still. We're barely winning as it is. And I bet beating Karen's gonna be a lot of fun, so I go ahead and use a couple of rare candies just to try to make the Thunder a 2-hit KO on the Vileplume, which resist Electric. and I had to reset a lot for this one. Umbreon hitting a sand attack is basically a game over. Vileplume hitting a stun spore is basically a game over. So I clicked that reset button repeatedly until we get past this delinquent duo, but even then, she's got other Pokemon. Houndoom can still slam us with Flamethrower, Gengar can curse us, and remember, we can still whiff our thunders even without accuracy drops. It's pretty crazy how for every battle earlier in the run that was easy because of thunder, we're now struggling and losing repeatedly because it's our best and really only option. Battling with Mareep feels like trying to run a race with your shoestrings tied together. Last up is the champion battle with Lance, and it's the same problem that we had with Claire. He has 3 Pokemon that are weak to Thunder, great, and 3 Pokemon that aren't. And the 3 that aren't are programmed to spam Thunder Wave. So yeah, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to sit here and try this for hours and hours getting bonked on the head by paralysis and slipping on the accuracy banana peel. So yeah, we're just going to level up here, and to be quite honest, I don't really feel bad about it. Alright, back at level 75, and here I purposefully allow Gyarados to set up Rain Dance for knocking it out. Why? Because Thunder ignores accuracy checks in the rain. Yeah, so 4 free turns of perfect accuracy Thunder. Goodness me, you know that I must have been tired to not think of that the first time, because Rain teams are one of my favorite team styles from competitive VGC. Well, with perfect accuracy and enough power to one-hit KO most of the Dragonites, Mareep is finally able to stand a fighting chance, although we did almost lose to Aerodactyl's Hyper Beam. But Mareep was barely able to make its way through Lance's team to become the champion. And with the Elite Four now defeated, we've made our way into the Hall of Fame. But the run isn't over yet. I'm always going to consider beating Trainer Red as the true ending to the challenge, unless a Pokemon is just impossibly bad. And no, I don't consider having to use Thunder bad, just frustrating. A Pokemon being impossibly bad would be like trying to beat Pokemon Red with a Caterpie that only learns Tackle. That's just literally impossible. Well, after the Hall of Fame, we head on over to beat up all the Kanto gym leaders, and after getting through the first 7, we make our way to Viridian City to take on the final gym leader, Blue. And I head into his gym with no preconceptions, just a heart filled with hope. And to my surprise, Mareep won this battle without much trouble at all. Yeah, I'm pretty shocked, but also relieved, because that Elite Four run was absolutely exhausting. And Thunder came out to play today. For all the misses we had earlier in the run, we did not miss a single one in this battle. What is even crazier is that Exeggutor set up Sunny Day, which lowers Thunder's accuracy from 70% to 50%. So when Arcanine comes out, we landed a 50% accurate Thunder, where, had we not, Arcanine would have completely destroyed us with a sun-boosted Flamethrower. And then when Gyarados comes out, for some reason it sets up Rain Dance, which makes Thunder 100% accurate, so, as a show of mercy, I tell Mareep to knock it out with Thunder Shock instead of Thunder. With that done, it's finally time for the boss battle with Red, and yeah, it's pretty bad. I tried this one repeatedly at level 85, and I hardly ever got past the Espeon, and not once did I get past the Snorlax. His Pokemon are just so bulky, and Pikachu's charm ruins our already terrible attack stat. Nothing left to do but grind, I guess. And every couple levels, I would try again just to see how it would go, and not well is the answer. So, nothing left to do but just take it all the way to 100. And even then I kept losing, until eventually I replaced Iron Tail with Return and Thunder Shock with Swagger. Yeah, we're using Swagger. As long as we don't get hit by Charm, Return helps to get past the Pikachu, Espeon, and the Snorlax if it starts going for Amnesia. Venusaur sets up a Sunny Day, which remember, makes Thunder 50% accurate, so I use Swagger and Thunder to try and purposefully waste turns until the sun runs out. Because what I don't want to have to do is try to fight a Blastoise and a Charizard without the ability to hit Thunder. But after everything, Blastoise sets up the Rain Dance for us anyways, and I don't know what Red was thinking, but heck, bombs away with Thunder, I guess. Perfect timing too, letting us take out the Blastoise and the Charizard lickety-split to win the battle. And with that, the challenge is over. Mareep is one of those Pokemon that really just suffers from a wildly limited move pool. There's a reason why I always avoid inaccurate moves when I play competitive Pokemon. I will take accuracy over power any day. Well, a little bit disappointing that we had to get to level 100 to do it, but what are you gonna do? It's a friggin' sheep. Anyways, I want to thank you for making it to the end of this video. These videos are a lot of fun, but also a lot of work, so I really do appreciate it. There's a playlist on my channel where you can find the rest of my Pokemon challenge videos if you want to check those out as well. And if you like this kind of content and want to see more, subscribe and enable notifications so you'll know right away the next time one of these episodes is uploaded. And let me know in the comments what other Pokemon you want to see, and I'll probably do it. Next week, we're heading back to Kanto once again, where I'm going to try to beat Pokemon Red using only one Clefairy. I expect it to be very fun. Anyways, until next time,